Good morning, everyone. I thought it's been ages since I've done a live in here, so I thought I'd jump in and have a bit of a quick chat this morning about a couple of really relevant topics right now. I wanted to share a couple of things around mums and lockdown and homeschooling and a little bit of my journey, if you like, around how to manage the business and be a mum, because for a lot of us, sometimes it feels like we can't do both perfectly or either perfectly, and we're doing half-assed on both. And I wanted to share a couple of thoughts around this. So say hi in the comments if you've just joined us. I would love to see who's on here and feel free to ask questions. I just felt to share with you guys a little bit around how to manage this kind of weird time that we're in to do with running a business and being a mom. And I thought I'd maybe just share a little bit about what's worked for me, because some of you who know me know that I've built 7 companies in the last 14 years, and a little bit of my story to do with running my nappy brand. So Eco Originals, which is the world's greenest nappy brand, I started it 10 and a half years ago when I had my daughter. And let's call it 7 years ago, right? I had 3 kids under 10. That was 3, not 4, although I had an ex-husband who was a bit of a dick, so let's call it 4. A dog, so maybe 5, and 2 companies I was trying to run at the same time. And I kind of got on that mouse on a wheel, you know, the feeling where you're like, you wake up every day and you're like running on the wheel, and you wake up in the morning and you think, shit, it's like the same as yesterday and it's boring and I don't really know how to get out of it, but I'm just gonna keep going because it's the only thing I know how to do. Well, I did, and I kept going and I kept going and I kept going and I kept going, and then I had a nervous breakdown. So I want to tell you guys first, as a disclaimer, you can't keep doing it. At some point, the mouse on a wheel syndrome, it's got to finish, right? So if that's you, jump in the comments and tell me if this is resonating. If I've got any little mice that run on wheels every day, I've got to pick orders, I've got to do social media posts. Oh my God, the kids have got to be homeschooled. Shit, I've got to do groceries. It's like endless, right? So I wanted to give you a couple of tips of how to get off that. So I guess it's really dependent upon whether you have cash flow in your business or not. So if you've got some traction in your business, and this is one of the reasons why I love you guys to start to get some cash flowing through your business, even if it's just consistently 5 grand a month, 10 grand a month, because they say money doesn't make you happy. Well, they're lying, because money gives you choices and choices make you happy. And so what I love to do is to get a little bit of cash flow going in a business so that I can afford to bring a little bit of support in around me. So one of the first things, and this is one of my favorite kind of sayings, if you like. So imagine your mouse on a wheel, round and round you go. What I want for you is to get off the mouse wheel. So imagine that you're no longer running inside the mouse wheel, but you step out of the mouse wheel. And so let's imagine the mouse wheel is going beside you, right? Round and around and around. And all you're doing is you're putting your hand out and giving it a really good shove, because the mouse wheel is the income in your business too, right? So you need the mouse wheel to keep going. It's just that it's exhausting to be inside the mouse wheel. So what we want for you is to give the mouse wheel a good shove and then hop off the mouse wheel. When we're off the mouse wheel, we can spend time with our families. We can focus on working on the business and not getting stuck in. So I'm going to hesitate to guess for some of you that being inside the mouse wheel looks like, oh my God, I'm focusing on my business like this. And oh my God, I need to pick this order. Shit, that customer's emailed about that. Oh my God, my stock's late. Where is it? Guess what? That's all working inside the business, which means that you can't really work on the business at all. So what I want for you when you hop off the mouse wheel is that you can look up. And when we can look up, it's a little bit like getting into a helicopter and hopping up in the sky. And then you can see the roadmap around you and you're like, oh, I see. Fork in the road ahead. Which way am I going to go? Oh, I need to be thinking about sales dipping in January and February. What am I going to put in place for that now so that I don't run out of cash in January and February, because they can be quite a month. Right. So when we're looking up and we're looking around, we're not so granular. Like I say this to my clients all the time, but when you're in your business and you're on the mouse wheel, you're like this. You're like, ooh, You're looking way too close at your business and you can't see what's happening around you. So what are the couple of things that we can do to get off the mouse wheel? First and foremost, if you've got cash flow in your business, A, pay yourself first. Believe it or not, Paying yourself a little each and every week on a regular committed basis, it simply shifts your mindset around the business. It's no longer a burden. It suddenly feels a little bit fun because you're actually getting a return from it. So, first of all, even if it's $50 a week, pay yourself first always. Never pay your suppliers first. Never pay everybody else, including Facebook, before you. You come first, team comes second, everyone else is third. Right? Promise me guys are going to remember that one. Jump into the chat box and let me know if any of this is resonating with you guys. Now, second, get some support around the house. If it isn't an in-law or a family member that can help you with the kids sometimes, there's a couple of other things you can do. One, have a designated family night off. That means that the same night every week, you're not looking after your kids and family. Now, this is a little like, I say it to my daughter sometimes, honey, seriously, my bucket is empty with you right now. Right, I need for you guys to fill your bucket a little. And sometimes our families take the stuff out of our bucket. Our businesses take the stuff out of our bucket. And suddenly our buckets are fucking empty, right? How can we power every day and work on our businesses with empty buckets? It's really hard. So what I want for you to do is work out some ways that you can fill your bucket every day. And it might just be 10 minutes a day. It might be that you take your cup of coffee, you go and sit in the garden under a tree, and you put headphones with some opera on, and you seriously zone the fuck out of the family and business, switch your mind off and think about the next holiday you're going to have next year, to the Maldives or to camping. We just booked a camping trip, so I'm into camping at the moment, dreaming about my Christmas holiday. Whatever it is that makes you feel excited, I need you to find 10 or 15 minutes a day that is just for you, right? No interruptions. I once heard, I don't know if this is true, I once heard the Dalai Lama says every human being needs to spend 30 minutes completely on their own every day in order for us to feel fulfilled and happy. So I take that to be something that is a really valuable lesson for all of us. So if you have little whippersnappers hanging off you all day and clients messaging you and suppliers bothering you and cash flow problems keeping you awake at night, how on earth are you going to fill your own bucket up, right? So get some support, find some time each day, designated family night off. One of my best things in my toughest time with a dickhead ex-husband and 3 little kids at home and 2 companies was I said every Monday night from 4 p.m. I'm off duty, right? He had a night off. It was Wednesday nights. So every Monday I would literally pick the kids up from school, bring them home and disappear. Now I didn't have to do afternoon tea, baths, cook dinner, because if you do that, let's face it, the chances of you leaving your home are pretty minimal. So we need you to get out before that happens. Now, admittedly in lockdown, this one's a little tricky. You could probably find a way to keep doing this, but at least know this is a tool you can have if you're not in lockdown. And that is, I would take myself to the movies on my own. I would go to the gym and then go and have dinner with a girlfriend. I would go and lie in a park. I would call girlfriends from the car for hours and just gas bag and catch up. It can be literally anything you want, but it's your night off, right? So I highly recommend that's a great way to fill your bucket up. Equally, when the cash starts flowing in your business, my other favorite tip ever is an afternoon nanny or an afternoon housekeeper. So if I'm a mum thinking about what is the toughest time of day for all of us, it would be afternoons. So you've done the morning blah, blah, blah stuff, right? Lunches, kids to school, got yourself showered sometimes, maybe that's optional. You're at your desk, you're flinging through, you're getting your orders out for the day. By the time afternoon pickup arrives, you're already fucking wrecked, but you have to get the kids from school. You bring them home, they're hungry. Mom, I need this new soccer outfit for two days time. Then you're thinking dinner, and then you're like, shit, I haven't made the beds. I washed the sheets this morning. I forgot to hang them out, right? The most stressful time of the day. Husband comes in the door and goes, oh, what's for dinner? And you want to stab him, right? Am I right? Can I get any love in the chat box, guys? This is very normal. And the afternoons for me are the most hideous time of the day. So one thing I've done over the years to solve this for me is to have an afternoon nanny or housekeeper. They usually come in anywhere around 2 or 3, and they usually finish by about 6. So it's literally perfect for a student or an older lady who just wants a couple of hours work each week. They come in, they get the kids from the bus stop or get them into the house. They feed them. They do homework with them. They get them bathed and showered. They put clothes away while that's happening. They prepare dinner. They get dinner done. So you're in your office or wherever it is that you're sitting in the house doing your work stuff, hopefully having some space and segregation from all of this activity. You come out at 5, you go for a beautiful long walk, you have a nice shower, dinner's on the table at 6, the nanny goes home, your husband walks in, you're like, ah. And so you can run that expense through your business, although you didn't hear that from me. speak to your accountant for financial advice. I've usually done it as a subcontractor relationship where I charge them, maybe pay them $30 an hour through the business, $90 a day, do it 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever works for you. But absolutely that, and a cleaner, you're right, Leanne, a cleaner is godsend. And I'm in lockdown and my cleaner hasn't been for like 12 weeks. And I said to my hubby this morning, I'm starting to notice. It's bothering me a little. We clean every weekend, but we cannot clean as well as a professional cleaner, nor do I actually want to. So guys, there's a bunch of tools and tips there that can help you to get a little bit more support around you. Now, one other thing I want to quickly teach you guys before I jump off. You're saying to me, okay, that's all good and well for my personal life, Lisa. What do I do in my business to make my business a little bit easier to manage? And how do I get off the mouse wheel, right? So the mouse wheel works like this. Getting off the mouse wheel works like this. This is one of my secret formulas that I did when I went from 60, 70 hours a week in my business, nervous breakdown, didn't really work for a few months while I literally was comatose in a bed, trying to heal my broken fight and flight indicators. And then when I came out the other side, I was curious. I was like, I fucking can't do that anymore. I have to run a business in a different way. I know I want to scale businesses and I know my business has legs, but I cannot be a mouse on a wheel every day. It literally nearly killed me, right? So what I did was I reached out, I did a bunch of mentoring programs around the world, and I read lots of books, and I went, there has to be a better way. One of the things that I learned, and I will preface this by saying that when I sold my nappy brand, I was only working 15 hours a week. I was going off and having lunch with girlfriends, going for horse rides in the middle of the day. I was there for every school event. I felt really relaxed and happy. And I had 9 staff around Australia working from their homes remotely, way before COVID remote became cool. And they were all being managed from an interface called Slack. And I pretty much kept my business growing, but only working 15 hours a week. So I know it can be done. One of the tools, the biggest tips, if I can share it with you, is a system I call processes versus projects. So processes, let's talk about this first. A process in your business is anything that is a repeat and repetitive task. This is something that happens every day, every week, every month inside your business. It is not a one-off event. A one-off event is what we call a project. So let's talk about projects first. New website build, project. New marketing promotion, project. New team hire, project. New product line, project, right? They're all things you do once, do it right, get it done, and it's done forever. Processes, on the other hand, are not. They're little buggers. They reappear every day. And you're like, oh, I just did you yesterday. Why are you back again? This is picking orders, replying to customers, doing purchase orders to your supplier, managing your inbound freight broker. You get what I'm saying, right? All of the same kind of things. They might not happen every day, but they happen as a repeat process in your business. Now, what I want for you is to find ways to not be doing the processes. The projects you must always do. A business owner must be a leader and they must be someone who are working on their business all the time, and projects are on your business behavior. In your business are processes, and processes, whilst you need to know what they all are, you must be able to step in at any time and fix the problems if they occur. So you can't just delegate it all off and cross your fingers and look the other way and hope that they're working. You need to maintain and be an awesome leader in this space, but you don't need to do the processes every day. So the first hires would be getting a customer service person in your business. Use a platform like Gorgeous, get a customer service person in your business, and have somebody else just 1 or 2 hours a day managing your customer service orders and problems, right? That's one thing you don't need to do in Gorgeous, which is an insanely cool platform. You can get a link to Gorgeous off my website. If you click on the Gorgeous logo, you'll get 2 months free on my homepage. Now, it's an affiliate link. So with Gorgeous, you can bring in your Instagram DMs, your Facebook DMs, business DMs, your emails, and any Shopify requests or inquiries you have. And you can even refund people from inside of Gorgeous. It is an insane app, right? So get Gorgeous working yourself and then hire someone on Upwork in the Philippines 1 hour a day, or a mum here in Australia who can manage that for you. That is the quickest, lowest hanging fruit. Secondly, never do your bookkeeping yourself. Please find a bookkeeper to do your bookkeeping. Inside the academy, I have a bookkeeper who's 17 Australian dollars an hour, 2 hours a month max. You're done, you're reconciled, ready for your accountant to do your BAS. Highly recommend that you never touch any of a bookkeeping yourself again. And another really great low hanging fruit would be picking orders. So picking orders is a bit of a pain in the butt, and you may not be at a size level yet where you can outsource that to a 3PL company. So what I want for you is to find a way, whether it's in your home, garage, spare bedroom, Kennard storage shed, sublease of someone else's little pocket or warehouse, wherever you keep your stock, find a mum who can come in for an hour every day, 5 days a week. Mums love this kind of extra cash in their pocket. They can come in after the school drop off, do an hour of picking and sending orders, drop it off at Australia Post or wait for a courier to pick it up, and then bugger off. What that means is that you're not the one picking orders every day, because that and customer service are the two things that distract you every day from being able to work on your business. So the other one, of course, is social media, which I hate to break this to you ladies, but Instagram is a vortex that is ugly. It draws you in, and then 4 hours later, it spits you out the other side with imposter syndrome about how everybody else is better than you, right? Can I get a yes? So what I don't want for you guys is to get lost in the vortex of social media. So one way you can deal with this is to batch your content. That means you sit down once a month, you write a whole month's worth of content, you put your images next to it in an Excel document, or you create them in a platform like Later, which is a scheduling app. You simply might take you a day, right? Maybe half a day when you get good. Then it's done for the month. They are scheduled. You can actually use Gorgeous, the app, to draw out any comments on any of the posts that you post, so that you don't even need to be doing that, and it will reply natively on those platforms. It's seriously next level machine learning. So ladies, that is all I have time for today. I felt, because I know a lot of you are really struggling at the moment with lockdown and the mouse on the wheel syndrome, please take some of these tips and apply them to your business literally today. Remember, baby steps. Everybody is in different processes inside their business, or different levels of awareness and affordability of being able to implement some of these strategies. But know that in order for you to be able to afford the cleaner, you need to take small steps every day to get towards your goal. That is it from me today. Hope you guys have an awesome day ahead. Bye.